Welcome back, viewers. We're still talking with Okbel, and we're looking at her amazing range of products. And now we're going to figure out how we're going to finance it. So if you are watching at home and you are producing or you want to produce, you have a passion, send us a 1-minute video to 026-300-5055. And we'd be very happy to bring you into Okbel's seat and discuss it. Or we may just send you a response via video as well. But don't hesitate. Okbel, so
Yes, Charlotte.
the widest range of any one-year startup I've ever seen. And I'm happy that I don't have to figure out how you're going to get the money for. You say you need what? You have challenges with raising capital for the business. Why am I not surprised? Machinery, that's linked actually. Maybe raw materials is a bit different. But let's talk about that, Frank.
Yeah, so I mean, listening to her carefully, I get the impression that you are still in the product development phase. And at that phase, usually the financing is tricky. And so you may still have to depend on your own sources of finance to be able to develop products. And then you have to get the products tested. The market has to be stable, well-defined. And you must sell and hit a profit phase before you can go through the traditional sources of financing to generate bring any third party in to sort of support you in terms of financing. So it leaves you in a situation where maybe the only route probably that we should be thinking about is either you go for things like online crowd financing, where people generate monies on internet to be able to push a certain agenda. So in this case,
especially for the eco-friendly.
In this case, your agenda is eco-friendly thing with the jute and all those things. So that could be your first point.
Okay, so Okbel, what we're basically saying is this: the only way you can control the attitude and the delivery of the people who are helping you in the production line is when you have control of them. So, if it means putting your capital in there, then that's what you have to do. You have to recruit, and then you are managing them. But that can only work if you also, back to the original message, reduce, scale down a bit, so that they are doing the same thing. So, for instance, assuming you were doing the laptop bags, when you have 2 people in the production doing laptop bags, the first time they're doing it, to get it to the standard you want, they may spend a whole week producing 10 bags. But you're on them, you're checking the lines, you're checking the dimensions, you're making sure the quality is consistent. After a month, you may find that they can do double in the same time frame. In a year, they're doing even better. Then they have it's like, because they've repeated it so often, they can almost do it sleepwalking. You will see that your standard becomes consistent, quality becomes consistent, and you are more confident marketing because you know what you are putting out there. And then as they get better, then you now go back to what Petra was talking about. You start building anticipation, create a buzz, you're adding another line. While you're doing that, they are also practicing on the new line, and then they get better and better. But when you are turning creativity into profit, you must also have control over the spectrum. Otherwise, they'll fail you on the quality, and then your brand carries the damage. So I think for me, my message is clear, honestly. Scale down. It's a startup. Give the business the time to breathe and to grow. And then you can now take all this advice from the financing side and put it in. I do understand your problem. A creative who has also been a banker, there's too many things attacking the business. You have the banker's mindset. So when you start talking, you're talking like a banker. But it's not the same mindset you need to succeed as an entrepreneur. And then you're also in a hurry because you know what you want. There's a big vision and it's driving you. But remember, even in the Bible, it says the vision is for an appointed time. There's time for it. It doesn't mean it must happen today. Yeah. So I think we need to go to Coach's Corner. Let's go listen to Coach Bell, and when we come back from Coach's Corner, we will wrap up this discussion.
Welcome to Coach's Corner on Business Compass. I am Coach Bell. Tonight's episode is about expansion. Growth is always good for any business, and for any entrepreneur to grow is to expand. A second location sounds great, but it requires a lot of capital that you might not have. Not only that, it also puts a lot of pressure on you because you suddenly have to deal with twice the stress on your life. But there are creative ways to grow your business without necessarily opening other locations. First, do what is hard to do. Many small businesses play the "I am a small business" card. I am too small to do this or that. If you want to sell more, you have to stand out. Be willing to work harder and be more creative than your competition. Do what online shops can't do. Focus on the touch and feel of your product. Business is about experience. Create memorable experiences for your customers and enjoy the growth which comes with that. 3. Organize events to attract more people to your business. Make limited time offers. Organize a product or service demonstration where you teach your customers about your service or your products. That's how you grow without physically expanding. And that's our show for tonight. But before I go, let me leave you with this proverb from Congo. No matter how full the river is, it still wants to grow. See you again soon.
Thank you, Coach Bell, and welcome back, viewers, from Coach's Corner. We still have Jkarta Jute Ltd. I'll never get this name right. Jkarta Jute Ltd. And we're talking how they make clothes and accessories from jute. Very worthy cause, but we need to find a way to make them profitable. Okay, we've had a long discussion. Frank, what are your closing thoughts?
My thoughts.
And when you close, tell us your recommended truck for Bell.
Great. So my thoughts is that, like, we haven't reached where we will be making money yet. I don't know the extent of your personal resources that you have to push this business, and if it's limited, then it's challenging and means that you may have to shorten some of the processes and get a marketable product out there to start generating profit before your 4-year target, so that you get something to run the rest. And yeah.
Okay.
Your recommended track? Well, I think strategy or track? Structure?
Strategy. Okay.
Strategy.
Or structure. Okay.
Yeah, I think structure would do.
No, we haven't concluded. We're debating it. Petra, what do you think? What truck? And your closing thoughts?
I would just say that Ogbel just has to work maybe closer with the marketing team to clarify what the products should be. The products in different phases of the business, so that you have a well laid out plan on how you want the life of this company to be, so that the products would continue to help the business live a very profitable life. There's so much you want to do, but you have to tie that to what customers want and what will be profitable. So it's not just all of the visions you have in your mind or all the images you have of different products, but what can actually be viable. And that's where marketing research comes in. So if you can invest a bit more time with the marketing team, I'm very excited to help you if you want, just to clarify those products that we can start with, grow with, what we want to develop, how we want to develop them, and how we want to communicate them, because that's also very important. I noticed that you have quite an active social media presence, but it just has to be well defined, and then you keep putting in new things into the market at different times. So with that, you should be pretty much okay.
What truck?
I would say KYC.
Okay.
Because I think our conversation started with the very broad, we want to serve everybody, and then we've sort of we've drilled it down a bit. So my homework for Ogbel would just be go back and think about who do I really want to serve at what point. Yeah.
You know why I would agree with you? 2 reasons. As a former banker, KYC is on the first. And I really think, for me, honestly, I don't think that you've really defined very clearly in your mind who your customer is. And when you go beyond the definition, then you really have to know them. And understanding that in business, especially for a creative, it's not about what you want to put out there, but it's about what your customers want. So you have to tweak that mindset. It's not, I have all these dreams, these colors are buzzing in my head, so I must give it to the customer. You really need to hold back and understand your customer a bit more. And now start asking, in knowing your customer, you'll be asking them questions. And you've been in banking, so I know you can understand that. What do they really want? And remembering that this is now a business. You need the customer's money. So it's about their preference, not yours. So yes, KYC.
I think I agree with them.
KYC.
Now,
you need to roll back. Let me push that to you. Let's see if it will go in a straight line.
the track knows. Oh, the tracks know their own.
Yes. But thank you, Belle. It's been a pleasure having you. We've learned a lot about the industry. Very exciting stuff. We like the philosophy of your business. We like the unique thinking and the creativity and the ideas. We just want to see it profitable. And we hope that the next time we speak to you, we'll see some good profits rolling out and would have a picture of your customer. But we're here to support. If you need any help, even after this, please feel free. Thank you, Petra. Thank you, Frank. You guys were amazing as always. Thank you, Fiducia Services Limited. Thank you for all of you who have supported us, and especially you, the viewers. Thank you for watching. My name is Charlotte Osei, and I look forward to seeing you next week on another episode of Business Compass. We're still the GPS for your business.
The key thing is to define my customers and then make sure that we are serving that particular customers at a certain period of time. Slow down the pace of production, catalog the new productions that are new creatives that are supposed to be done, and ensure that we studio patent protect them so that nobody takes those designs away. And also to ensure that in doing the business, we define the segment markets, because we want to be a leading Pan-African company, and slow our pace into entry into other West African countries.
Thank you.
The business tips are proudly brought to you by First National Bank.
Hello, I'm Petra, and today we're going to be answering a question that I get from small business owners quite often. And the question is, how do I go about marketing with a limited budget? And typically what they actually mean by that question is, how do I go about communicating my brand or my product or my service with a limited budget? I can't afford to do billboards, I can't afford to do radio or TV ads, so what do I do? Very, very simple. Define where your customers are. What platforms can you reach your customers at? And social media and digital marketing tools are quite numerous. And so you need to be able to define what platforms your customers are accessible on and decide how to reach them. Okay, so don't necessarily do everything, but do a number of things effectively, and then think about consistency. So if you want to build awareness about your brand, think about doing it effectively by being consistent. I'm Petra, and I'll catch you next time.